Holiday cooking really stresses me out. I haven't had to do holiday cooking for a while. I do want to try this cottage cheese flatbread and see if it's the base for, you know, other things that I can tweak. Tell me what stresses you out about the holidays. I'm gonna make a couple more recipes in the next few days. Tomorrow is Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. I'm grateful for you. I haven't had to take any kind of dish to Thanksgiving for about 9 years because we lived in Tennessee and it was far enough of a drive that we didn't, it was far enough of a drive that, you know, people didn't rely on us to bring anything. And before that, my entire life, Nanny, my grandmother, she did all of it. She did it all. So my mom did ask me to bring something carnivore. So I'm going to try out this flatbread and see if I can kind of make some different options and recreate some recipes, some little appetizers or snacks or finger foods that we have, that we usually have. They'll be a lot different than the original, but it'll be my take on them. We'll see we'll see how it goes. One thing that we would always have at Christmas and at Thanksgiving, usually mostly at Christmas, were called pizza bites. And they were, I don't know why we called them pizza bites because there was nothing pizza about them. So we're just gonna try some things. Okay, I'm using like this new gimbal. And frankly, it's kind of freaky. I'm going to try this in my air fryer. That's another thing. So I'm going to get everything ready. It shouldn't take too long, maybe 30 minutes. It does say to preheat the oven, blah, blah, blah. I'll have to use the blender. Listen, we're gonna just wing it. But actually, I think I'm gonna switch you back to my regular tripod. My husband always takes world famous taco salad to Thanksgiving, to anything. When Dale was stationed in South Korea in the Army in the 80s, in the late 80s and early 90s, he made this recipe, you know, this taco salad. And so that's why we call it world famous, but people love it. Basically 2 ingredients. It's a cup of cottage cheese, 2 eggs. I'm gonna blend it up. I had to get my blender out. Not my favorite, but whatever, that's easy enough. And then I'm gonna try it in the air fryer with a liner. The air fryer is getting preheated and we're just gonna try it. What's the worst that can happen? Famous last words. Wish me luck. First year of my entire life that I have not had to travel more than 1 hour to join family for holidays. I'm ecstatic. I'm beyond, I don't even think there's a name for the emotion. It's grateful, ecstatic, relief, all of the above. So the recipe that I'm using comes from the Complete Carnivore, but just Complete Carnivore. This is a beautiful cookbook. I'm so excited to be trying some of these quick and simple recipes. My husband taught me a trick to crack the eggs in the bowl. That way, if there's any shell, you can get it out. He learned that in the Army. That's what he says every time, no matter what. You know, he could have learned it in the Boy Scouts, but he would say, oh, how'd you learn that? Let me show you something I learned in the Army. That's what Dale says. No shells. Oh, about barely made it. You're gonna believe this, but the blender is not working. Just put it in this. I didn't want to use the big blender anyway. The immersion blender worked like a charm. Got my air fryer liner in here. I'm gonna use these handy dandy magnets. Ooh. So these magnets to keep the liner in there. I saw this little tip using the magnets to keep the liner in so it's not blowing all around or folding over, from Kathy Yoder and her channel Empowered Cooks. It's great. She is the real air fryer queen. supposed to, it's fine. It kind of looks like cake mix. Like out of a box. So technically 3 ingredients: the salt, the eggs, and the cottage cheese. Brilliant. Who comes up with this? Who thinks of these things? Like, oh, I'm gonna do this, you know? Just kind of smooth it in there. It totally looks like cake batter. I'll show it to you in a second. Now, I'm gonna add this organic, this is seasoned salt, real salt. We always use, remember when you were a kid, when I was a kid, we always used Lowry's seasoned salt for our baked potatoes. So good. So this is, not Lowry's, but this is Redmond's real salt, organic seasoned salt. I like the flavor. We're just trying it. Okay. Now I'm gonna start this out in my air fryer and I'm gonna watch it quite a bit. 350 for 10 minutes just to start, and I'm gonna watch it and look at it. Okay. Tasty. Tina. There's my, has that been like that the whole time? Ugh. All right, 10 minutes. Did I already do? All right, hang on. This was after 15 minutes and it looks really pretty, but it was not set in the middle. This flatbread turned out really great. I've already eaten half of it. I would do a couple things differently. I think I would just go ahead and do it in the oven at 350 for 25 minutes. I ended up having to try to, you know, the middle wasn't set, and I think that's just because I did it in the air fryer. This is very filling, very filling. And then I just added some bacon because life's better with bacon. All right, happy Thanksgiving. Thanks for watching. Bye.